Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Turn off my heater. I just totally forgot what I'm here for. I'm here to do a reading for Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. So Aquarius, I asked your collective energy what this reading is going to be about, and I was told to encourage you to be the still lotus as it cleanses itself, to sit in stillness as you allow yourself to cleanse through all your systems. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull you guys some cards. I have already shuffled the cards. Just gonna cut. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. Oh, Pachamama. What? Okay. All right. Oh. Well, we'll just use this for clarifiers if we need to clarify. Okay. I guess we're pulling out cards. Oh, shooky dooky quack quack. All right. So, Aquarius, here goes. Card number 3, inspiration. So right now you are in a phase of growing. Okay, look at your hair. That hair is personal power. It's in an ascension cycle right now. You're starting to blossom from the root on up. Now, as part of your cycle come the bees, and the bees carry with it the potentiality of sweet honey, as well as the potentiality of being stung. So you kind of have to take the good with the bad, which Aquarius already knows, but it feels like this is more of a reminder to not take it personal, to not be, I guess, so frustrated or hurt if your soul challenges you a little bit more than usual. Okay. So here is the next one. Card number 26, second house, owning. You have to own all the events in your life. Not that you're in denial of whatever's gone on in your life, but you have to take ownership of it, meaning allow yourself to really be fully present in the feelings that are associated with the circumstance. Okay. I know Aquarius has a tendency, not all, but some have a tendency to experience uncomfortable emotions regarding certain, events or circumstance or whatever you want to call it. And you kind of just like, all right, it's done, out. Like, just no, we're not doing that. You have to take ownership of that and allow yourself to fully process whatever it is that's going on. I'm also told to get the meaning in the book. Oops. Okay, wealth is the ability to truly experience life. So if you're an Aquarius that's feeling very depleted right now, feeling as though something's lacking, if you allow yourself to fully experience your life, again, take ownership of what is going on, and it doesn't have to be drama. It really doesn't. But taking ownership of it and allowing yourself to fully feel what that circumstance is bringing to you emotionally, then, it's going to add to your existence. Absolutely. Let's see. That's also very important. I think this is what your higher selves wanted me to read out. The second house isn't always to do with money and possessions. It's about ownership of talents, maintaining comfortable shelter, living up to personal values and self-esteem. It's also about what we decide to utilize or manifest in the physical realm. The desired results of which will always be quantifiable rewards, comfort, and also familial happiness. When this card turns up, it's time to concentrate on more practical issues. How do you look out for yourself and yours in terms of shelter? How are you being rewarded? Are you making a good living at what you love? It's a time where you need to protect resources to manage those things you own in a mature and equitable way. It's also about sowing seeds for a good harvest. It's time to build, accumulate, toil, and manage. Let's see. Oh, it can also at times indicate stubbornness, slothfulness, and developments that come about slowly or seem to drag. You'll not be able to rush things. In most instances, this card indicates an abundant harvest. No matter how fast or delayed it may be, it will arrive. Okay, so I think for many of us, yes, this could have to do with money, but I think it primarily has to do with you harvesting what you sow energetically, spiritually, in your social circles, at work, all of that. So you're definitely going to have to take ownership of the events that you experience, allow yourself to experience it, allow it to grow you in some way where it will amplify the bounty of your harvest that's coming later. Okay. We also have water. Card number 33, water. Mama Kocha. So you're needing to flow. Okay, Aquarius, you're needing to be the water that's in the vessel that you're pouring. Okay, Aquarius is supposed to be the water bearer. You contain the water in a in a mug, no, in a vase, and sometimes you have to know to pour out the water when it's become stagnant for too long and rancid. Okay, some water will do that. It'll get all funky. You have to pour that out. You have to empty out the toxicity and allow yourself to be replenished with something else, something that is fresh, clean, sparkly. Sparkly. So allow this process to happen. If you're feeling depleted, defeated, like you're in a state of lacking, how come I don't know what I want to know? How come I'm not understanding my path? Things like that. You have to just completely allow all those thoughts to empty out, because you're going to be replenished with new perception. So card number 40, Pachamama. The Incans believe Pachamama is like the ultimate mother. She is the Earth Mother. Pachamama. Where is the mother freaking book? Here it is. Card number 40. Pachamama. Okay. And for the past few days, I've totally been like, Quechua, Quechua. I need to probably go back to Peru. All right. Pachamama represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and humans. She is a goddess of earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creation in our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. You are a child of earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstance you find yourself in. So reading that, it leads me to this feeling like maybe the issue that's causing a delay in your spiritual development is more of one that's rooted in over analysis. If you're highly analytic and you're over analyzing everything and tearing it apart, that creates blockages, because you're really needing to laser focus that energy onto a specific thing for prolonged periods. Because let's face it, if you're the type of person who has the mindset where and it's not that you're being drama or can't let things go, it's like you really need to understand, and so you're tearing apart a circumstance, you're really analyzing it from every angle. That's not going to happen in 5 minutes. You're going to be stuck on that thought at least the whole day, at least, if not several days, weeks, or months. So now is the time for you to just, okay, the circumstance is what it is. I'll understand when I'm ready to understand right now. I'm going to just have some dinner. I'm going to enjoy this dinner. I'm going to enjoy this moment for what it is. I might still feel irritated and not understand and feel frustrated. But you know what? That can wait right now. I have to be fully present here. Okay. So that might be, oh, so the medicine says you still believe that you've been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It's time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor life. So it's really just allowing yourself to flow. All right. Just allow yourself to flow. So the next card is Three of Staves. Oh, Three of Staves in reverse. Assistance with an ulterior motive, diminishing adversity. So maybe that ulterior motive is to find a hack for your journey and your higher self, because you're falling more in alignment with just allowing things to flow rather than hyperfixating on specific aspects. Maybe your higher self is going to agree to assist with that. Okay. Next few cards. So card number 16, what you want wants you. This is the path of ascension. Your personal power is what's going to cause you to rise. Look at how her hair rises up in that Fibonacci sequence. That's the golden ratio. Look how woven into her hair are pearls, pearls of wisdom. That's your wisdom increasing with every circumstance you live through, and allow yourself to be fully, truly present in. You will reach higher levels of consciousness. All right. And that's why it's important to not be so fixated on understanding the big picture right now when you still have so many pieces that are missing or distorted or turned upside down. Okay. Card number 41, North Node, life's purpose. I think maybe what happens when we're in such a rush to figure out what our life purpose is, we have the potentiality of listening to the things that we shouldn't be listening to. I'm not necessarily talking about parasitic circumstance. I'm talking about so desperately looking for the information to understand that you try and force the application of theories or concepts or whatever it is that don't actually apply. And when you do that, like the reason why I no longer do readings to tell people what their life purpose is because you shouldn't give someone else that kind of power over your journey. What if I'm wrong? What if I tell you your life purpose is to work at a slaughterhouse, factory farming slaughterhouse, because that's what I was shown, but I didn't understand that I was shown that because your life purpose is actually to liberate those animals in that factory farm. But all I saw was a factory farm. And so my limited understanding tells me, well, oh, your life purpose is to work on a factory farm. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope, that's not what it was. So you have to allow your higher self to be the one to show you where this is heading. Okay. What your purpose is. Let's also get. All right. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Ooh. The North Node points out the best areas for us to direct our talents and our wills. It also shows the areas of gifts. It represents destiny. It's directly opposed to the South Node, which is much more serious and restrictive. The North Node represents where we benefit from good work done in past lives and how that assists us in the here and now. It's also the place in the chart where life becomes easier. It acts like a karmic Jupiter where a doorway opens and suddenly you are where you need to be. So this is something, what might be an issue is that there's so much disharmonic resonance that occurs when you strike a surface that isn't meant to be struck. Does that make sense? So what ends up happening if you keep striking an area that doesn't need to be struck, it creates a lot of reverberation, something that might not be too pretty, and that flows through your entire field. However, if you allow yourself to just feel how the music goes, allow that music to rise up from your heart so you can really bring to fruition the most beautiful orchestra. That's wonderful. If you're not musically inclined and you're trying to force music to happen, it's not necessarily going to be the best sounding or feeling thing. I mean, it could be, but it probably won't be. Okay. And then you just get more frustrated because you're putting so much effort into something and it's not turning out the way you want it to, the way you expect it to. So that amplifies the feeling of ugly music. Let's see. Card number 39, secrets. So there are a few things that you don't need to know right now. Does that mean you're never going to know it? No. It just means you don't need to know it right now. Because sometimes when you get too much information you're not ready to process, along with the information you are ready to process, it creates a lot of chaos within the mind. It's overloaded. So yes, it's frustrating to know that things are being kept from you by your higher self, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a negative or a bad thing. Sometimes it has more to do with your ability and willingness to process information and kind of holding back a little bit to give you time to process. So card number 46, the serpent. Look at that. Wow. You're ready to strike forward. We used to own snakes as a child, like big ones, really big ones. And that was one of the first things I learned real good. If a snake has the body positioned in this curvy, he's about to get fucked up. It's about to launch itself at you. So let's see what the book says. I don't know if that's you preparing to launch yourself forward or if it's circumstance preparing to be allowed to strike at you. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. So you're going to launch forward. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience to your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestation. Okay? So this is you growing, shedding that old skin. Yes, shedding is necessary. And yes, when you feel very raw, emotionally, mentally, physically, the rawness is proof that you have shed a layer. That heightened sensitivity is proof that the new layers of you are coming through, that you are rising up in your inner and understanding. The more evolved the empath, the more deeply they feel the circumstance. And that's just something that goes hand in hand. You can't have spiritual evolution without becoming more sensitized to the worlds you exist within. Okay? And it's not that you're going crazy. It's not that you're becoming dramatic. It's just you're being sensitized to the world you exist within. So let's see. So we have King of Cups in reverse. This is artistic temperament, double dealing, scandal, loss, ruin, injustice, a crafty person without virtue. And this is the energy of why you don't try and force other people's teachings, words, personal thoughts. You don't try and force it to fit your own journey. Okay. It feels like there might be, a circumstance that's going to cause division within your world. Um, one that's, oh, one that's going to cause a lot of separation. Let's see what the other cards say. Card number 20, softly, softly, the tender touch. Careful of how you interact with whatever this circumstance is. It feels like it might not be your circumstance and that you're just going to get sucked into it. Careful. Careful about allowing yourself to get sucked into someone else's circumstance. Okay. Void of course, moon, missing. Card number 52. I can't remember what this card means. Hold on. The moon is a friend for the lonesome to talk to. All is not as it seems. This void of course moon card can be daunting. It may not be a good or appropriate time to answer your question. As it is now, the results may not be what you want. So this ties into drama brewing, you getting sucked into it, and saying things before you fully understand what's going on. Don't allow yourself to get sucked into other people's stuff. You can have your opinions. Obviously, you can have your opinions, but don't allow yourself to get triggered, because there's probably things going on. Whoever is going to be like, yep, yep, yepping, they're probably the one that is in the wrong. And you're hearing the yep, yep, yapping of the person that created a negative circumstance for themselves. And of course, if you love someone, you kind of want to defend them, right? Not all people in circumstance need to be defended. Sometimes they just are. You know what I mean? Like they just are what they are, and we kind of just have to leave that alone and let it run its course. Card number 44, mastery. So the Aquarius that I know, like once you get pissed off, oh, the shit that you say, you and Capricorn should be twinnies. Like, oh shit. But you have to master this, okay? Again, sometimes it's best that you kind of just keep your thoughts a little bit hush into yourself. I think for this circumstance, I think that might be what is needing to happen. Unless, of course, you're asked, like, hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? And even then, there might be a need for you to use elevated levels of discernment to make sure you aren't being sucked into the drama in that way. Okay. Card number 34. Card number 34, many paths. All paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if your path is if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom, a path of bliss, or a path of loss. Excuse me. Oh. So for those that this is resonating with, this circumstance that's about to pop off or has already popped off, it's about to determine the trajectory of your personal path, whether you're a part of it or not. It's about to greatly affect your own personal path, okay? Consider the traveler who met two stonemasons. He asked one, what is he doing? And the mason replies, I'm squaring out this stone. He asks the other, who is doing the exact same thing? And gets a reply, I'm building a cathedral. One man has a job, the other man has found his working calling. He's a part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick a path with a heart. So, wow. For this, again, if it resonates, if it doesn't, just leave it be. But if it resonates, the two opposing sides, one is operating from the heart, the other one is simply, I guess, in a state of, in a mental state of consuming things, and I don't know, more fear-based, more about survival. That's interesting. It's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Okay, so here we go. Ace of Swords in reverse, debacle, tyranny, disaster, self-destruction, violent temper. That does sound good. So, with all of the cards as they present right now, it seems as though this coming up has more to do with you reverting to a more negative state of being because this triggered you. Okay. It's okay to get triggered at times as long as you use that triggering as an opportunity to identify what is being triggered and why. Our triggers exist to help bring our attention to the parts of ourselves, the aspects of ourselves that need our attention, that need possibly some modification, or possibly just need our attention. Okay, so pay attention to how you feel about this, where it's coming from, why you're feeling that way. And I mean, you don't have to tell anyone else any of this. You just know this for yourself. Okay. So Queen of Cups in reverse, dishonesty, unreliability. Oh, shit. This is fucking huge drama brewing. This doesn't even feel like your drama. It really doesn't feel like your drama. It feels like you're about to get sucked in it, though, because there's going to be aspects of your journey that are still unhealed, that maybe got compartmentalized, and so you don't remember it right off the bat. But seeing this, you're like, what the fuck? You know, work on whatever needs your attention. Whatever got triggered needs your attention. Don't focus on other people. Whatever this shit that's brewing, it doesn't feel like it's yours. So just keep that in mind. If nothing's happened yet and something does happen later on, just be like, okay, is this even my drama? And then just go from there, okay? All right. So here goes. Justice card in reverse. Bias, false accusations, bigotry, severity and judgment, intolerance, unfairness, abuse. It seems like a lot of false allegations are going to be thrown around, and maybe you're going to be the main person that the individual will talk to, or I don't know. I don't know, but it doesn't feel like it's your drama, Aquarius. Aquarius. It doesn't feel like it's your drama. So take care not to involve yourself in things that don't need your involvement. Sometimes your involvement is needed, other times it's not. This situation feels absolutely like a situation that does not need your involvement. Okay. So be careful about that. Use elevated levels of discernment and really just allow yourself to flow through your own journey. Okay. Hold on. Okay, sorry. That was a message for me. I thought it was for Aquarius. It was for me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please do give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Bye, guys.